Hello, Leo. Welcome to this reading. We're going to be taking a look at the energies and predictions for the sign of Leo for the month of November. Now, do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and feel free to check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. All right, Leo, let's go ahead and get into this reading here for you, where we'll be taking a look at this brand new month of November 2025. Do hope your October was good, and I hope November is even better for you. Now, this is a month of retrogrades. We do have a Mercury retrograde on the 9th. It will be there for the majority of the month, just about the whole month. And then we also have Jupiter retrograde as well on the 11th. So it's nothing we cannot handle. But let's go ahead and make sure we're all set up here. Let's get all the cards in view, and then we'll get right into it. Leo. Okay, I think that's looking just about good enough to me. Definitely like what I'm seeing here for you. Okay. Energy on the bottom. Leo, you have the star. Amazing. So, the star is really a welcome sign in the tarot, but I'm actually seeing a really interesting development in your reading already. We've got a major progression happening here. We'll talk about that more certainly as we go along, but the star is about wish fulfillment in the tarot. This is potentially a goal or a wish or a dream that you had that could be kind of arriving for you. And, the star comes after the upheaval or the challenge of the tower. And with that, it may suggest that you're in a sort of period of tranquility, of healing. The star person is in a healing pool of water here. And so it can indicate like recovery. Okay, it's also a very spiritual card. You may be experiencing like synchronicities, repeating numbers, these sorts of things when you see the star. I also like to say that it could mean that you're in the starlight as well, as you look at like attaching like a modern approach to tarot as well. It could mean that you're on social media. It's one of my social media cards, right? But, the star is a very welcome sign in a reading, and I see that you are, how do I say this? There is so you've got 17, 18, 19, right? The star, the moon, and the sun, right? When you think about those cards, that is a very like universe, cosmic series of cards, and they all come one after the other, right? So you have something that's sort of like bang bang here in this month, one thing happening after the other, and it could be very, very positive for you. This is a really good progression of cards to find in a reading, and they're all major arcanas as well, which can indicate or connect to major themes in your life. So this could be some of you could be having like cosmic feeling events, cosmic sort of like connections that you're creating, or some sort of like, synchronicity that's happening here. You may be getting really in touch with your spirituality, or, something, it may feel like a dream is sort of being played out for you, right? Or your life is sort of like a movie at this time as well. This could sort of be on the table for you in November here, Leo. So let's go ahead and let's dive right in. Now, in the middle, you do have the Six of Pentacles. And the Six of Pentacles is definitely a card that can indicate generosity in the tarot. This could be the universe sort of giving you back a little bit here for karma, I should say. Try to get away from this idea of good and bad karma. Karma just is, it just is the result of your actions. But, there could be something in a sort of like a karmic way that's coming back to you here, okay? For hard work or for good action that you have taken in your life. And just remember that when you see the Six of Pentacles, that the generosity of others is out of your control, but you can control how generous you are. So for you, if there's like a situation here where you are giving to a scenario or to a person that, is always within your right to, put up boundaries or say no, or whatever the case may be, right? These sorts of things can come forward with the Six of Pentacles. Now, the other thing with the Six of Pentacles is this may mean that there's some sort of like money like it could be transactions, right? Because Six of Pentacles can indicate like inflow, outflow of money. Something about like financial balancing or anything like that here can come forward. So why don't we try to get some more details on this? In the first column, you do have the Hierophant, the Six of Cups, and the Strength card. And I was wondering, do we have a repeating number that wants to show up? We do not. We have two sixes and a five. But regardless, I do think that some of you may want to pay attention to 222, 333, 444. If you see these numbers, it probably means that your spirit guides, the universe, or God, or whatever you put meaning into, wants to kind of communicate with you and tell you something. Or it could simply mean that you're on the right path as well in your situation here in November. Now, with the Hierophant, this is a card that can indicate your elders in life, you know? And I would say that with the Six of Cups, this makes a lot of sense because the Six of Cups refers to like the family you were born into. It can refer to your homeland, your motherland, place you were born, or the relationship that you were in for a long time, or even relationships of the past as well. It can show up friends from your past, anybody, colleagues from your past. It's actually a retrograde card, and I've been getting the Six of Cups quite a bit in these readings because, during retrogrades, people from our past can try to re-enter in some way. Maybe an ex that you were in a relationship can try to message you, or a friend you haven't heard from for a while, or a family member, so forth and so on. And you have this card here with the six, you have this energy here with the Six of Cups card. With the Hierophant, there could be something connected to your family or your lineage or something like this that may be kind of present for you here in the month of November. But this can also be a card of spirituality, as you see the Hierophant card is about you see the Pope on the card, right? So this is maybe like more traditional spirituality, right? But I do think that there is a call to spirituality for you here in this month, okay? I don't always get this in my readings, but for you, Leo, this seems to be like something's going on there, right? And you may find yourself like doing some practices, spiritual practices, meditation, going to church, or whatever you want to do. You may find yourself doing that here in November. Now, I'm trying to get to the root of this situation here, which is there's a question of generosity for some people, okay? And I'm not entirely sure that this is like a disastrous situation. It doesn't feel like it because you have really good cards here on the board. So for you, you may be contemplate. Here's the thing, during retrogrades, any word that starts with like an RE, so like redoing, reintegrating, reviewing, these sorts of like words and themes really show up when we're in these astrological periods of time. And so for you, you may be reviewing like your situation broadly. You may be taking like a bird's eye view or an overview of your situation, like, okay, do I need to give a little bit back to myself here as you have that Six of Cups? Have I helped these people for a long time? Or, like some of you may be sort of like trying to reclaim a part of yourself here a little bit in this month ahead. And especially because you have the Strength card, which is your energy, Leo. This is the Leo card. And, this is about willpower. This is obviously about strength, courage, and bravery, as well. So you are here in a strong spot. I think looking at your past, reviewing. The Hierophant can also be around your workplace as well, or your your organizations that you're a part of. Okay, by the way, as well. It's also a card of marriage. So there are a lot of things with the Hierophant here that some of you are maybe looking at in this month. In the middle, you have the Page of Pentacles, the Six of Pentacles, and the Eight of Cups. We do kind of have an 8 if you look in 888 here, signature. As you see, the Strength card is 8, the Eight of Cups is 8, and then the star 17, 1 plus 7, right? In numerology, 17 would be 8. So I would just throw that out there. It's kind of like an abstract 888, but I would just throw it out there. And if you do see the number 888, this is a time of power for you. This is a time that's probably a signal that something like important's happening, or that you are maybe even just broadly on the right path, okay? So I just want to throw that out there. That number 888 could be significant for you. Now, with the Eight of Cups, this does signify walking away from a situation that you're tired of being in, okay, or a disappointing situation. With the Eight of Cups, I love this card because this person's taking a stand. They're kind of taking an action. They're moving forward. They have their back turned towards what's no longer working for them, and they're pointing ahead. They're moving ahead. So this Eight of Cups is a really nice energy here for you, and I think that it probably revolves around someone or something from your past connected to generosity in a certain way. Okay, generosity or someone from your past here, these sorts of things, you may be reviewing this and walking away. This could be employer, relationship, family member, whatever it is for your scenario. That's all valid in this reading. Yeah, you could be turning over a new leaf, so to speak, or really just going in a new direction there. Now, I do see that you have an opportunity here as well with the Page of Pentacles. And, the Page of Pentacles is a really solid opportunity. This would be an opportunity maybe to study or to learn, as the Page of Pentacles is the academic of the tarot. Or this could be a financial offer or opportunity as well in life. We'll have to see where that is, okay? We'll have to see kind of like how that ties in here. There is an exchange of money. There's, going on with the Six of Pentacles. That can be a transaction, for sure, with that card in the middle. So you can think of Six of Pentacles as inflow, outflow, right? Money coming in, money going out. You do have something like that that may be on the table for you as well. In the final column, you have the Hermit, the Sun, and the Moon. Okay, the Hermit, the Sun, and the Moon is a really solid combination. Again, this is really rare. Like, to get the Star, the Moon, and the Sun, I can't remember a time where I've had that before, especially in the first 9 card or 10 cards here. And it's definitely a call from the universe here, I would say. One of my favorite quotes, it's from the book The Alchemist, and I'm kind of like loosely quoting it, but it's sort of like, when you take the first step, all of the universe will conspire to get you to where you want to go. I'm loosely quoting, but take the first step and all the universe will conspire to get you to where you want to go is kind of the theme there. And it seems like you have that sort of kind of spiritual support system right now, so to speak. Okay? Like, this could be a month where you are being called to be brave and take a bold step with your energy here showing up, Leo, in the Strength card. To go for something could be the case. That going for something, it may indicate you walking away. Like, that may be what you're doing, or reviewing a situation with a very strong, detail or eye to the situation. The Sun is total positivity and success in the tarot. It is the strongest, best card in the tarot. You always want to see it. So the Sun usually indicates that there's a bright spot in your life. And the combination of the Moon and the Sun is very strong too, let alone the Star. The Moon is something you're in the dark around. Okay, it's something that's hidden, something you can't see, maybe even something you're anxious about because it's below the surface, or something you can't see. And the Sun is bringing that to the light. Okay, the Sun exposes a truth. It exposes something that you previously could not see. Right? Those cards come one after the other. And you have this sort of big theme around uncovering something or reviewing something here that could be very, very positive for you. It's probably connected to money in some way or your past. The Hermit, interestingly enough, actually has the Star in their lantern here. And they're kind of being introspective, trying to find the path to the Star, or to their dream or their wish or their goal. That is one way of interpreting it, right? You can kind of interpret tarot however you want. That's the nice thing about tarot, but that is one way to look at the Hermit. So you have this really strong synchronicity of cards here with the Star, the Moon, the Sun, the Hermit, that is sort of lining up here. And again, I want to highlight that these are major arcanas. Okay, so this is not happening in your day-to-day. This is a really kind of like, this could be a major scenario that's going on for you, and this looks very, very good. So let's see what is going on here. You actually, how many do you have? You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of a possible 10 cards, are all major arcanas. So let's move into the clarifications portion and let's get some more details on this. I'll pull some oracle cards for you, and then I'll also pull some tarot cards. Okay. Energy on the bottom, you do have Medicine Mother. Honor your inner knowing. A call to your intuition. A call to honoring your inner knowing. Knowing, connecting with what is indeed below the surface for you. Okay. Let's see the first three cards here. You have Hunter, track down your fears and desires. Mountains, stand your ground. And Autumn, release the old and rest. Okay. Yeah, I think, life goes on, like the world keeps spinning, but despite that, during retrogrades, it is a good time to get as much rest as possible, okay? But, obviously you still have to, life moves on, right? Life continues. We still have to get our stuff done, but yeah, it's definitely a good time to review, to rest. Anything with RE is like, it's a perfect opportunity for that. You have Lady, enjoy growth and reap rewards. Stag, trust and thrive, as well as Snake, shed old skin. So this is like the Empress, the Lady card, which is a major sign of abundance. And then the Snake card, shed old skin, is definitely connected for me to that Eight of Cups as well. So I love this for you. Let's go ahead and let's move into the tarot clarifications for you here, Leo. Now, I do appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for spending your time with me, and I do hope things are going well for you. All right, let's go ahead and split the deck, and then we'll go from there. Okay, you do have the Tower, so wow, isn't that incredible? 16, 17, 18, 19. You have the Nine of Wands and the Fool. All right. Yeah, I can't say that have I seen this before? Maybe, but man, 16, 17, 18, 19. Like, for me, this would indicate that there was some sort of like upheaval here for you in the past, maybe connected to your family or connected to your place of employment, maybe in your marriage, or something that, maybe an elder as well, that you are sort of moving beyond, or you are healing. Like, let's say it was a shock or an upheaval that happened to an elder, for example. Like, this is I feel like this has already happened. Yeah, I feel like this has already happened because of the strong progression here. But it's almost like you are really in a period of rest, recovery, and review as it relates to that. And you could really make some strong headwinds around that area here. This may have also been, like marriage or relationship related as well. And you're kind of in this moment here where you're kind of reaching the peak of healing from that or recovering from that in this month. That's a very possible thing here for you, Leo. It is so rare to get this type of like synchronicity here amongst the major arcanas. There are a lot more minor arcanas than there are major. So yeah, that's also just something that I want to bring forward for you, Leo. Like, I've already said it, but I would really pay attention to the signs that the universe is sending you in this month, which can come in the form of dreams, conversations that you overhear, repeating numbers, these sorts of things. I would really pay attention in this month to those. You have the Nine of Wands, which, this can indicate like resistance, This person's like weary. They've been through some sort of battle here on the card, and it's showing up with that Six of Cups, something from your past. And you could be in the final leg of that is kind of what I feel, because the Nine of Wands person is very close to completing something. I feel like this is the final leg. And what I like is you're really, really ready to initiate a new journey here. A new journey for you with the Fool and your energy of the Strength card, the Leo card here. Like, you are ready to move forward and to start a powerful new journey. You have two very strong cards with the Fool and the Sun. This is ground zero. The Fool is ground zero. It's starting off, it's also about leaps of faith in life and knowing that we don't always know the final outcome. We don't always know the final destination, right, Leo? So you have the Moon again, Incredible. You have the Two of Swords, and you have the Knight of Pentacles. You know, this Moon card wants to come in here again, and I would say if, you know, the Moon, it speaks to not just hidden, anything that you're in the dark around, or anything that's hidden, but like it also is speaking to like deep-rooted fears and anxieties as well. You know, basically the Moon lacks clarity. It's anything in your life that lacks clarity or that you need to get clear on. And I would say here with the Two of Swords and the Moon, there's definitely a call to achieving clarity around something, you know, during this month, because this person's blindfolded. They also cannot see the way ahead. And it really can indicate a difficult decision. And this may look around, or sorry, not look, this may be, it may look like this is around generosity or giving for you. You know, like, why am I hearing this term like cutting off? Like, some of you may feel like you need to set a real boundary around money from, you may need to set a real boundary around money and how that relates to the people around you, okay? With the people around you is what I would say here. Like that could be the case. Or some of you may also, if that's not resonating, need to make like a strong purchase or a big purchase as well. Like there's a money decision that needs to be made that's not easy, because the Two of Swords, it can represent, you know, difficulties in choice. Yeah, and it's not exactly easy for you. The thing is that you are getting results as you set forth on in a new direction, as you have the Eight of Cups going in a new direction, letting go of the disappointments, the Fool taking a leap of faith in life. You know, as you kind of set a new direction for yourself and where you want to go, the Knight of Pentacles here is saying that you are getting a result as you take that sort of action. You have the Queen of Cups, you have the Four of Pentacles, and you have the Sun. Queen of Cups, Four of Pentacles, and the Sun. Okay, so we've got the Moon repeating and the Sun repeating here. Wow. So I do think that while you really are being asked to create clarity in your life, at the same time you are achieving that in November, okay? So like if this is really resonating for you, like if there's just an answer you need around something, if there's a decision you have to make, this for me is a sign that you are actually getting that for yourself here, okay? You're uncovering whatever you're in the dark around with the Moon twice and the Sun twice. And, you know, in a certain way, this is pointing you towards your North Star, you know, as you have the star on the bottom. Somebody is hesitant here as you have the Four of Pentacles. This person's hesitant or, you know, holding on to something. And the Queen of Cups says that you have a strong feeling about kind of this scenario here, this tough decision. You have a strong feeling about making this or how important it is to look at this. With the energy on the bottom, you have the Three of Swords. That can indicate separation from someone or something that you're really connected to, you know, emotionally connected to. Anything can indicate like a heartbreaking scenario, or, you know, anything that your heart is in, whether it's a relationship or otherwise, that needs that where you're creating separation or there's separation there as well. Let's see if the Kipper cards have anything to add to this here that can indicate or that can provide detail and clarity for us here, Leo. So we'll go ahead and take a look at that. Well, this is like such a rare reading, right? Wow. You have the Unexpected Income card, you have Change, Privileged Lady, Marriage, High Honor, and Toil and Labor. This Change card is like, I think, probably the most important card here in the Kipper cards that we've pulled, along with High Honor, because for me, people, you're sort of like a revered person. Like people respect what you've done, people respect the work that you've done. You may be decorated in your career. It means that you're making good progress in your career or in some area of life. It's even a card of promotions. But as you make this change, I think that storyline, that legacy is just getting even stronger for you, you know? Like, and I think realizing that is also going to be a big sort of aha moment or epiphany for you here, where, as you make this change, good things are following. Good things are really following for you. There seems to be some, let me just get a card here. Yeah, there seems to be some sort of like challenge with either a relationship or someone close to you, okay, with toil and labor, main male, and privileged lady. It's sort of like it feels hard. Think about this idea of toil and labor. Could it be like a marriage scenario? Maybe. You do have the Hierophant and the marriage card. Yeah, and I see that there's like a timeline here where you're disconnecting from someone or in some way here with Coffin, Three of Swords showing up. And also with this idea of walking away, okay, with the Eight of Cups. Unexpected income, obviously, great card to find. And, this can be like small pay bumps or small raises, extra. It's not like a massive windfall, but, it's definitely a nice unexpected surprise that may show up for you in your life in some way. Remember, tarot is never 100%. You then here have a journey card, which is like the Fool, right? I think some of you are really ready to leap into the unknown. Leo, thank you so much for being here. Go out, enjoy your month of November. Make the most of it. If you enjoyed this reading, hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll most certainly be talking to you again soon.